It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Thanks so much for welcoming us into your home or into your office to be a part of your CEO Sales Huddle this morning. We consider it an honor and certainly a privilege to be able to do so. And this will be a good use of your time. Every morning, we get started with the CEO Huddle business case. And this morning, let's start off with Manny, by the way, an adventurous spirit from the 1930s who manufactured cosmetics in Los Angeles back when women had issues with harsh soaps that would just irritate their skin. Now, imagine this. You want to use soap, you put it on your body, you gently put it on, but yet it irritates your skin. And, that was a problem. And businesses face similar problems today when they stick to outdated sales strategies that don't match the customer needs. Now, on one of his trips to Europe, Manny found something amazing. He stumbled across this gentle soap that was really soft, and it was made by a Belgian chemist. Now, the soap was different. It also had a little smell to it, and it was like a gem. And you know what Manny said? I'm going to take this soap and resell it, introduce it into the United States because there's a problem. And he parted away from traditional soap, and he said, we're going to make this a premium product. That means a premium price because it does something that very few other people can do, a unique selling proposition, probably at its earliest stages. Now, isn't this interesting? He spotted an opportunity where others may have saw a risk, which is getting in the soap business, and you want to be a premium soap? Well, today that business has thrived, and he's captured a unique, not only market, but he's established himself. What was that soap called? Well, Neutrogena. And Manny's innovative approach, well, it paid off big time to the point that he passed it on to his son-in-law. Now, here's what I want you to really lean in. Here's what I want you to hear what I have to say. His son-in-law took it over, but he faced his own challenges. The challenges was he didn't have the startup capital. The challenges was he didn't have the big budget at other brands as they started catching up. So he had to focus on a sales strategy and a sales message, and that was really building a strong relationship with dermatologists. Hear me, he found the niche, dermatologists. He decided he wanted to focus on it, and as a result of doing so, well, it changed the trajectory of his business. Here's what you can learn. Here's the big takeaway for you as a CEO. Build strong relationships inside of the niches. This solves a huge problem. When you do that, not only will you stand out, but you also find your own market. Just like the importance of understanding your customer needs, it's important that you have a sales strategy and a sales message that matches it. When you do that, you will see your sales go up, up, up in a way. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Once again, thank you so much for welcoming us into your home or into your office, or maybe right now we're listening on your iPad. Maybe you're listening to the podcast and you're on a plane, or maybe you're in the car, maybe you're at the gym. We appreciate you. Every single morning we get started, we like to get started with the mantra for every CEO. And our mantra is focus on sales. Now, I know I say this every single time, but it's very important. Focus on sales. You're going to hear me say it one third time because I have to say it. Focus on sales. You might say, Shay, as a CEO, I already know that. But in the CEO Sales Huddle, that's what the focus is. Why? Because if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the point you want to make, Shay? Well, the point I want to make is sales is serious business. So this is a serious conversation. This is a serious huddle. This is the number one strategy you're using in your business to reach more folks, to make a bigger difference. It's through the CEO Sales Huddle. So I'm really glad you're here. But then we have a mantra. And we have a mantra, but then we have a pledge. And our pledge to the sales department is, as a CEO, we will learn, we will earn, and we will return. Doesn't that sound good? Go ahead and repeat these words after me. I have to learn something new. And that's so true. In order to earn new revenue. Come on, you can say it with me. It's not corny. It's not goofy. In order to really get new and old clients to return. So we learn, earn, and return, but we have an objective. Our objective is, it's all about sales progress. See, when you tune in, this is not a beat me up conversation. This is not a, did you do what you're supposed to do conversation. This is a conversation about how we performing yesterday and how do we get a little bit better today and a little bit better tomorrow and a little bit better tomorrow after that. Then we're going to address any roadblocks, just like the case study we did this morning. We've got to be able to address those roadblocks that are out there, and then We understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand. Sales pillar number 1, you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2 is you must understand your sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3 is you must understand the sales message. And then we do a whole review. I can't wait till we do it. It's a whole review we do just on the CEO sales dashboard. We look at our numbers. We manage our numbers. We make changes to our numbers. As a result, we get a little bit better. Now, for those folks that are tuning in for the first time, or you tune in every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, do me a favor, look below the video if you can do that and you're on one of those platforms and put hashtag I'm here. I like the hashtag I'm here. It means it's the bat signal. It means you're in the conversation. You and I are in this conversation around sales, around success, and you're here. Now, if you're watching on one of the streaming platforms right now because you can't do that, it's okay. Do me a favor. Go over to @IamCheBrown. So maybe you're on YouTube, maybe you're on Apple TV, maybe you're on Roku, maybe you download the podcast every time you get the notification, which is every single day. Go ahead and drop me a note because you can see me, but I can't see you. And boy, would I love to connect with you. Go ahead and do that because the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs understand how to sell more faster with less effort. Now, what is our big why? Why do we get together? We get together at the end of the day because it's really all about a couple of things, by the way. It's all about sales growth. It's all about consistency. You may have heard consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. But we were looking to do it for a short period of time because I believe that anyone can do anything for a short period of time. So only 15 minutes. Doesn't that sound cool? Like you tune in for 15 minutes. It changes the trajectory of your business. It changes the trajectory of your sales team because you're tuned in, you're wired, you're all in. And why do we do that? Because there's 1,440 minutes in every day. So now you're looking at it saying, okay, there's 1,440 minutes in every day. What do I need to do? Well, you're going to take 1% of your day. As the CEO, as the head person in charge, you're going to take 1% of your day. And that 1% of the day, you're going to focus on sales. So what is our number one outcome? Why do we get together? Our number one outcome is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You earn an extra $100,000 a month because you're in this conversation around sales, around success. And when you're in this conversation, these ideas are top of mind to you. But you know, it comes up oftentimes, and it's a reasonable question at a reasonable time, which is, all right, I like what I'm hearing, but how do I truly get to $100,000 a month? Like seriously, okay, let's keep that, as they say, 100. And there's a way to do it. And we've cracked the code with our private clients. And now we get to share it with you. And that is really the CEO Sales Dashboard because the CEO Sales Dashboard is where we can measure certain indicators. You can manage certain indicators. And in doing so, you can get the results you're looking for. So we're going to move to a segment called the CEO Sales Dashboard. And while you're listening right now, do me a favor. Go over to CEOSalesDashboard.com. Again, www.CEOSalesDashboard.com. And you can even download it. It's going to look just like this. So you can go download it. Now, what do you download again? www.CEOSalesDashboard.com. Once you download it, then we're going to fill in the facts. Now, you're doing this dashboard because the goal is to get to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And one of the ways to get to $100,000 a month is make sure you're focused on what we call the CEO Sales Dashboard. So let's take a look at it. Let's dissect it. You pull it up. Now, maybe you fill this out. Maybe you get your assistant fill it out. Maybe, perhaps you do this during this quiet time that you have, this time of reflection, this 15 minutes of power at the CEO Sales Huddle. You might have other huddles for your marketing, or other huddles for your branding, or other huddles for your automation or your admin, but this is all about the sales to generate the revenue. So let's go take a look at it. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So you know what you want. So let's go across to today's date, and then let's come down and let's take a look at just one category. Now, there's several categories. And you can customize this for leads. Maybe you have the products and how many leads came in for that product. But I want you to go to appointments right now. And one of the things we do know is that you've got to talk to someone. You would agree with that. So look at how many appointments were set yesterday in the sales department. Now, you can go back in the sales department yesterday and look at, okay, who did you talk to yesterday? How many appointments were run yesterday? Let's make sure we get that. We understand that. here's the point. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. If we want to get to $100,000 a month using the CEO sales dashboard, then we got to measure and we got to manage. And when we do that, that's when we start getting the results. So let's break it down. So now you got how many appointments were set, how many appointments were run, how many appointments were one-to-one. Now, maybe your goal is to make an offer. Got it. Maybe your goal is to close a deal. Got it. But we're looking at yesterday. Looking at the day before, we're looking at the last week, we're looking at the trends. Even if you're setting appointments right now, and the whole purpose of the appointment is really in the spirit of collaboration, because you've got to collaborate with folks. I get it. Let's take a look at that. And as we take a look at that, let's look at how many referrals came in. Now you can see, okay, I work hard for the leads, but how am I communicating my sales messages? When am I communicating sales messages? And what does that look like? My goal to you is go to ceosalesdashboard.com and download this and use this for the rest of your life. And show up. Take 15 minutes. Now, for those that email it to me and text it to me, I'm very humbled. I'm very appreciated. I love it when you do that, by the way. And I get a kick out of just making sure I'm able to not only be able to give you feedback, but also be your silent partner. It's so cool. Thanks for all that you do, by the way. Now we're going to move to a segment called Celebrate Wins. And I love Celebrate Wins because Celebrate Wins gives us an opportunity to ask questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So here's the question. What are you most proud of? Seriously, right now. What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department right now? Now, if you can go back in time, and you could just brag on yesterday. And I could bring you on right now and you could just brag of all the wonderful things you've done. What would you want to brag about? Like, seriously, let's pause for a moment. What do you want to brag about? It's an accomplishment. It happened in the sales department, not the branding department, not the marketing department, not the finance department, not the HR department, not the admin department, but in the sales department. And you want to raise your hand and say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm looking for. But we're not going to stop there. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? And then what's the one thing that's preventing you today from moving forward? You look at all the things you've got to do and say, wow, this is going to be a challenge. And then you look at the other side and say, you know what? No one's coming to save me but me. So here's the one thing I can do to move the business forward. And I'm taking that step right now and in that moment. You do that, you see your sales go up. So what's the message of the day? The message of the day is focus on the things you can control. Step back, evaluate what's working and not working. Make a commitment. This is why you're here. I don't have to say you need to be here because you're here. I don't have to say you need to listen to this message because you're listening to this message. What I want you to say is take what you're away from this message and be able to implement it and take one idea. Maybe it's to do the CEO sales dashboard more consistently. Maybe it's to add the products to the CEO sales dashboard. But here's what I know to be true. One idea implemented, just one good idea implemented is better than 1,000 ideas you know right now. So it is a great time to do that. It is a wonderful time to connect. With that being said, I want to share with you that you're amazing. You're an awesome. You're a great CEO. I appreciate it. It is an honor and a privilege to be broadcasting into your home right now. Thank you for having this part of your CEO Sales Huddle this morning. Whether you listen to the podcast, whether you have listened to the earplugs right now, or we're just playing on the iPad or your computer in the background as you get some stuff done. We appreciate it. You're going to have an amazing day. You're going to make impact. And I believe for you, your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless. Peace. See you on the other side.